What is the symbology of a circle? A central point of focus, spiritual energy of the sun and moon, a medicine wheel, a symbol of protection, inclusion, and wholeness. The yin and yang is circular and encompasses the whole duality with the intention of balance. A circle beckons us to be drawn in and included in whatever experience the center may hold. Whatever is within the circle is enhanced in meaning of inclusion, unification, and wholeness. We can step inside the sacredness of what's inside. The circle is universal, sacred, and divine. It represents the infinite nature of energy and the inclusivity of the universe. Our ancestors observed a circle aspect to cycles of time, movement of seasons, revolutions of the earth around the sun, and we share the feeling of the same evolution of time and seasons, just as they did. The circle contains the power of the female, a symbol for a goddess and the sun, and can represent infinity, being complete and whole. Our planet is a sphere. The circle symbolizes Mother Earth, the spirit of the feminine energy, and a space that is sacred. As I begin my journey of encircling the estuary, I think about the connections and how in a circle everything is a circle, and everything is connected to something inside of that. My circle begins at the Goosespit Park. This part of the estuary is a long and sandy beach that juts out and creates a break at the Salish Sea on the Comox coastline. The Willamar Bluffs are huge sandy cliffs near this long and sandy piece of land that create the sandy formation. This is a popular recreation spot where locals and tourists walk, run, bike, swim, paddle, and have campfires. The shore of the beach is rocky and has driftwood and native plants spanning along its entire length. We can look far across the Salish Sea, where the sky meets the water on the horizon, and many other islands and the mainland are far off in the distance. Many shellfish, birds, waterfowl, ducks, seals, and sea lions can be seen here. I begin to look and listen and take in this part of the estuary. I record photos, make impressions in the earth, circular patterns as a pledge to protect it, and with a stick and walking this place. I encounter a couple on my journey and invite them to join me in making a large circle impression in the sand. This connects us to this moment and place together. Location 2, down the Dyke Road. My journey continues down the Dyke Road, which lies along the length of the estuary in the Comox Valley Regional District, and connects Comox to Courtenay. It is also where the Comox First Nation is located. I think this is the most beautiful, full scene from the top of the Comox Glacier to the bottom of the estuary. The view from the Dyke Road is the best place to see this iconic landmark of the valley, the majestic Comox Glacier. It has marked this place for thousands of years, and the Comox First Nations people have a great legend of the glacier who is represented by a great white whale named Quinish. When I learned facts of glacial melting, and that the prediction of this glacier formed thousands of years ago could be melted entirely in the next 5 years, each day I gaze upon it now fills me with awe and sadness, in an action to protect this earth. I stopped along my journey to photograph and record sounds, and the human impact became overwhelming. Sounds of constant noise disrupting this place. My auditory and visual senses felt overloaded. Constant flow of transportation from vehicles, planes, helicopters, boats, and construction, all disrupting the sensitive habitat. What would thousands of the other species that live here say if they had a voice? How is their daily life impacted by this human interference, our pollution and noise on their home and lives? Location 3, the marsh. I walk down the dike road to the marsh, and the outlook where the marsh connects to the Puntledge River. I can walk down on the mudflats while the tide is out, and there is remnants of an old pier here, ancient cedar posts still sunk into the earth. I can smell the salty, light, sulfured air rising from the ancient, rich black mud here. This blackened sediment that's rich with story of years of life and death, the duality and the circle of life lies in this earth, where the plants feed the animals living here, and also decomposes and goes back to the earth. The grasses of the marsh are thick and tall, with changing colors of the seasons, from green to yellow and shades of brown throughout the year. At slack tides, where the water is still, this place is the mirror of the sky and land, holding the snapshot in a pure replication of land and sky in the calm waters. And when the tides change, the water is never the same, with swirling eddies, colors of the sky, seasonal colors. The currents from the air every minute of every day are never the same. Location 4, the air park. The air park where float planes take off and small air and sea craft depart. This place is popular on the estuary. Many people use this accessible path that extends from the 17th Street Bridge through the air park and down through a variety of creek beds, making its way towards Royston. This is a popular place to walk and enjoy the estuary. I exit the path at low tide and walk down onto the mudflats of the estuary, where you can sense the vastness of this place. And I have a view from below sea level on the base of the estuary. It's quiet here, and you get a whole view being in the center of this important place. I can see all around and it encircles me. I look close to the tiny tidal pools that are left, where tiny crabs, snails, barnacles, and shellfish live. I make marks with my bare feet in the wet sand, where tiny pools of water rest as I walk and use natural elements to mark my presence. I create impressions and pledging my protection that will be washed away at high tide. Location 5, Royston at the mouth of the estuary. This location is further out and at the mouth of the estuary. It's a quiet and contemplative place I like to go. I can feel the calling of the sea from here and sense the ancient ones at this place. I can see the ancient fish traps from the cedar posts that are left from fishing. I can see the goose spit across from here, and I find a stick to trace my path out at low tide in an attempt to continue the circle impression in the earth while I walk to meet the sea. The tide comes in fast here. I also take observational photos in a 360 degrees view from one place to create a circle. I leave the stick in the earth to mark this moment in time, creating a circle, and I find other elements to create impressions with nature, pledging my protection to this place and the earth. These are my favorite places around the estuary, and I want to be connected to this place and protect and unify myself and others with all living things here. I honor this place with my pledge to protect it and take action by sharing this and other projects with others. We all have a connection to the land. Now take action and make a pledge. Using Instagram or Facebook, post a photo with hashtag #CircleTheComox wherever you are, and show the part of the earth you are connected to and want to protect. Let's unify our efforts in this community art project and encircle the earth to connect, protect, and unify with it.